Okay, I've got the kids situated with Capri Suns outside on the steps, and I've locked the door to try and finish my video. um, so they have promised to give me 5 minutes to finish my video, so I'm going to try and do that real quickly. There's two different groups of people. The next type of church that we're talking about is the faithful church. It says in chapter 3, verse 10, because you have kept my commands and command and persevere, I will also keep you from the hour of trial which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell on the earth. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold fast to what you have, that no one may take your crown. Now, this is talking about the faithful, I believe, those people who are Christians, who have accepted Christ and who love the Lord and who are serving the Lord. Now, I don't believe that serving the Lord is a prerequisite to being a Christian, but I believe that if you are truly committed to Christ and you have opened your heart and accepted Christ, that you would want to serve the Lord. Okay? Good trees bear good fruit and bad trees bear bad fruit. And if you want to be a good tree and to bear good fruit, then you need to open up your heart and ask Christ to come in and accept Him as your Lord and Savior over everything in your life. Now, when Christ is in control of your life, it will change a lot of things. And that's where I'm at in my walk with the Lord. I have this overwhelming sense that something is coming. Bad things. A time of trials and tribulations is fast approaching. Now, I don't know if that is going to be... I never thought it would be in my lifetime. I thought maybe my kids or my grandkids would have to face that sort of thing, but it's becoming more and more obvious that it may be indeed in my lifetime, and that I will have to see some things taking place, wars and earthquakes and natural disasters and things like that, that I never thought that I would see. Revelation 3:20 says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If anyone hears my voice and opens the door, I will come into him and dine with him, and he with me. And that's talking about opening up your heart and accepting Christ. Now, once you have done that, you are one of His chosen people. Okay? Certain things will happen to people in the tribulation. Now, I don't know whether or not Christ is going to rapture His church before the tribulation, during the tribulation, or somewhere in the middle or after the tribulation. I really don't know. I've been studying this stuff, and some of it can be very confusing. Most of the people who I've read and who I've studied say that it will be either pre-tribulation or during the tribulation when the church is taken up into heaven, so that we won't have to endure that. And that's kind of the impression that I get from Revelation 3:10. Because we've kept His commands, He will keep us from the hour of trial which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell on the earth. That kind of sounds to me like we're going to avoid the worst of it. But there's some pretty bad stuff that happens. There's some groanings and some birth pains and things like that in the earth that happen prior to the actual tribulation. There's great big earthquakes and wars and famines and pestilence and all kinds of good stuff and bad stuff that happens before the actual tribulation starts. And some people believe that it's already started. A good friend of mine believes that it's already started and that we're in the thick of it now. And that could be the case because the technology is at a point now where the mark of the beast can be administered, and is, from what I hear, being administered to people in India. The RFID chips are being inserted under the skin of their hand, and that's kind of scary stuff. And if that sounds kind of radical to some people, and some people think, oh, well, that's not the mark of the beast. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know what the mark of the beast is going to be. But I do know that the word tells me that I'm not going to be able to buy or sell or trade without the mark, and that kind of thing is going to be happening in the tribulation. So that tells me I need to stock up some food and stuff, because when that comes around, I don't want to be stuck looking in my kids' eyes. I've got 4 kids. I don't want to be looking in my kids' eyes telling them I can't get you any food because I won't take the mark. You know, I want to be able to feed my kids. And I suspect that there will be black markets and underground marketplaces where you can still buy food and stuff like that, but it'll be much harder to do then than it is now. So, aside from the normal reason to prep, you know, we have hurricanes, bad weather, natural disasters, earthquakes, and things like that. That's a very good reason. With Hurricane Katrina, we saw all that going on, and the people that were not prepared, who did not have extra insulin or medication, and who did not have extra food, were in a bad way, and a lot of them died. And there was nothing Uncle Sam or anybody else could do to get to them. They were asked to leave days in advance, and they didn't. And everybody seems to be forgetting that fact, but, you know, Bush pleaded with them to leave before the hurricane hit, because we all saw it coming and we knew it was going to be bad. And I'm not blaming them. Bad stuff happens to good people. It does. It's the world we live in, this fallen world that we live in. But with that being said, you know, I think I'm a pretty good person, and I don't want bad stuff to happen to me, and I'd like to be prepared for bad stuff. So, I have a first aid kit. I have a fire extinguisher. I have some extra food put back. And I think everybody else should do the same. This is A. Crosby 74 signing off. If you have any questions or comments, please do so. If you want to troll me or anything like that, be prepared. My husband doesn't like that. And he may troll you in return. I can't say for sure, but I just choose to delete trolls messages from my page. But my husband prefers to seek them out and leave ugly messages on their pages. You know, that's just our different ways of operating. But anyway, I hope that my subscribers take this to heart, and anybody else who sees my videos. And if you like them, please subscribe, like my videos, post them on your Facebook page, and God bless.